I'm not gonna lie to you. I kind of hate having this superstar conversation, and I also want to point out the fact that we have this superstar conversation more and more these days because going back to my original point of this entire show, this is the golden age of sports, and we're seeing just the sheer number of talent. We haven't seen this much talent in sports ever. So that whole superstar conversation gets brought up a lot, especially when we talk about the NBA. Um, Another reason why, one of the main reasons actually, I hate this conversation is because I feel that people talk in absolutes a lot, and people think in absolutes a lot. Meaning, if I say that one person is not a superstar, I believe they hear me say, oh, that person sucks, or that person is just terrible. And that's not the case. I think that there are levels, there are talent levels, and you can be very good and not be a superstar in my eyes. I've talked about this before and I've defined it before, but before I continue, let me give you my definition of a superstar. Again, my definition. If my definition is different than yours, it doesn't mean that mine's wrong. It doesn't mean that yours is wrong. It just means that we have different definitions. We look at something differently. My My definition of a superstar is you know what you're going to get from that person night out, night in. And at their best can lead you to a championship. Their best can put you in the best position to compete for a championship. That in my opinion is the pure definition of a superstar. Now, I also hate this conversation because I feel like we pass the word superstar around a lot. Like I don't think there's as many as much as we have this conversation. I don't think that there's as many superstars in the league as we really think. In my opinion. Like I'll give you all the superstars that I think. Steph, LeBron, KD, Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka. Do I put him in the superstar category? I would. Shea. And I think that's it for right now. Now, that brings on the key point of this topic, and that is Tyrese Haliburton. People are saying, seeing as though he's having a historic run in this playoffs, people are asking and people are saying that he is a superstar. People are saying that Tyrese Haliburton is in that level or questioning, is he at that level? I think that there is a difference between a star and a superstar, and I think the difference is consistency. I need to see more consistency from a couple because I think that stars and superstars, their talent gap isn't that far, but their consistency kind of is. Meaning, I think that the consistency. Now, yes, I still think that KD, Steph, and LeBron are superstars, but that's kind of they've been that their entire career. But the consistency from Anthony Edwards needs to be better. The consistency from a Jalen Brunson needs to be better. And they need to prove that they can make it to at least the finals. The consistency from a John Morant, the consistency from, I'll say, a Donovan Mitchell needs to be better. I think that all of those players are stars, including Tyrese Haliburton. I think that he is a star. I think that Tyrese Haliburton has a talent that is very hard to duplicate. But when we talk about someone like Tyrese Haliburton, when we talk about someone like Anthony Edwards, when we talk about someone like Donovan Mitchell, when we talk about someone like John Morant, they need to be more consistent. When you look at, because I know I said at least make it to a championship, and I said Tyrese Haliburton. When you look at these first two games, Tyrese Haliburton has not been good. He's had his moment. He had his moment. But he has not been good. Tyrese Haliburton has been mediocre at best in these playoffs. In these finals. Again, I know it's 2 games, and I will see what he looks like at home. But he's been mediocre at best. And when you look how different. And I'm not just saying talent-wise, but look how different when we talk about approach and aggression Tyrese Haliburton looks compared to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Again, I know they're 2 completely different players, and they kind of dictate, or they kind of have a different impact on the game, but just look at the aggression that Shai Gilgeous has compared to Tyrese Haliburton. Again, I think Tyrese Haliburton is great. And I know people are going to say, well, what about someone like Joel Embiid? I didn't say his name. What about someone like Kawhi Leonard? I think that availability is a very important part, too, in the fact that neither one of them have consistently been healthy is not you kind of take yourself out the superstar rank. Because they have the talent. Joel Embiid, he won a not Super Bowl. He won an MVP. He has the talent to be a superstar, but it's just he has playoff flameouts and he's constantly hurt. Kawhi Leonard, he's constantly hurt. Paul George, constantly hurt. No, I do not think Tyrese Haliburton is a superstar yet. I think he has the talent to be. So for those people that said he was the most underrated or most overrated, I don't know what the hell y'all were thinking about, but he has the talent to be a superstar. I don't think he has the consistency to be a superstar. And when I look at Tyrese Haliburton, even though the Pacers have built the perfect team around him, I think that his approach, at least to these NBA Finals, has been a detriment to his team. And a lot of that is due to how the Oklahoma City Thunder has played him. But you have to, as a star, you have to know, okay, they're playing me to be more aggressive offensively. Give them what they want. Make them have to adjust. The thing that I didn't like about the Thunder game 1 is the Pacers didn't make them adjust. They just adjusted. Oh, okay, they don't have size. We're going to adjust to their pace. So we're going to take out Isaiah Hartenstein and put in Carson Wallace, who's a good player. But the Pacers never made them adjust. In fact, the game 2 was like, you know what? Let's go back to what we do. And, yeah. I think make the Oklahoma City Thunder adjust to you. Like, oh shoot, he has a 40-point game. Hold on, ugh, we gotta do something. And you won. Oh yeah, we gotta do something. I don't think. I think as credible as Tyrese is, I think as incredible as Anthony Edwards is, I wouldn't call them a superstar yet. And I would call Shai a superstar because this is like this maybe fourth or fifth year where he's one of them. He's one of them. Second year in a row that the Oklahoma City Thunder were the number 1 seed in the West going into the playoffs. And I wholeheartedly think that this is going to be the first year where the organization wins their first championship. And a lot of that is because they have him. So I think that all those players, again, Tyrese, and I think that they have a chance to be superstars. It just needs to see more consistency. Oh, man, you stayed to the end of the video. I appreciate you. If you like what you saw, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you'll never miss any content from your boy. You can also go back and watch past episodes, past clips, and don't forget that the Unpopular Podcast, new episodes drop every Wednesday and Saturday. Appreciate you.